So, you play chess and you want to get better at chess. Well, I'm going to give you 4 tips, and if you follow those 4 tips, you will definitely improve your chess. Now, let's not beat around the bush, let's get straight into it. Tip number 1, get better sleep. And now, by get better sleep, I mean increase not only the length of your sleep, make sure you get maybe say 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but also increase the quality of your sleep so that when you wake up in the morning, you literally feel refreshed, not groggy, and feel like, you didn't get enough sleep. And the reason for that, the first tip, is because chess is a brain game. You want your brain to be at full functioning capacity, and if you're not getting enough sleep, your brain's not going to be at that full functioning capacity. So get your sleep. Tip number 2, make sure you eat well. And that encompasses a lot of stuff. Eating well is not only eating enough food. Sometimes people are on diets where they try to, not eat food almost at all. They're really trying to limit the amount of food they eat, and so they're eating incredibly smaller portions of food than they should be eating. And again, you feel drained, your brain may feel drained, so you definitely need to eat enough food for your size, your height, your age, and so on and so forth. But also you need to make sure you're getting the proper nutrients. Eating more isn't necessarily a good thing. You could just be stuffing yourself with a bunch of bread or chips or something like that. Okay, you need to eat a variety of things. Make sure you get enough fruits and vegetables, and if you eat meat, make sure you eat a decent amount of meat, or getting your vitamins in other ways by consuming dairy, or maybe helping yourself by taking a multivitamin every day. But definitely make sure you're doing both of those things. Eating enough and eating nutritious enough food, a well-balanced diet. And all the time, not just, okay, well, I'm going to play chess today, well, today I'm going to eat well. No, consume food, good food, regularly. And that includes, and it's not limited to, consuming enough water. Being hydrated is well part of being, a healthy individual. And again, as with the sleep, being healthy in body and in mind will help you play better chess. Tip number 3, this goes into chess. Stop playing timed games. One thing that I notice, and especially like in like local clubs, or even at like Starbucks or your local coffee shop, people will be playing timed games. And whenever I see this, I ask myself, why are they playing timed games? Okay? And a person might respond, oh, well, that's what they do in tournaments. Yeah, okay, well, are you preparing for a tournament? And a lot of times these guys aren't, guys or girls, they're not preparing for a tournament. They, some of these people have no desire to ever go to a tournament. So why are you playing a timed game? And once you start to ask yourself that, you'll be like, I don't know why I'm playing a timed game, because of these other people do it. And when you think about how absurd it is, because say like other things like basketball or football, yeah, those things are timed professionally, but when people play, locally in the streets, kids or whatever, they're shooting hoops or throwing around football, they're not timing it. Just because the professionals do something doesn't mean you should do something. Okay, but how is that going to help you improve your game? Okay, when you play a timed game, a lot of times you don't finish the game because the game ends, when the clock runs out. And so you could be in the middle of a game. A lot of times this happens. You're in the middle of a game. Whoever is winning per the pieces, per the position of the game, and the timer runs out, and so one person or the other wins. Okay, well, how is that helping you learn how to do middle games or end games? If you're barely in the middle game, then you didn't learn at all how to checkmate the person with the position or with the pieces that you had. And so it's not actually teaching you chess. Yes, you're getting better at playing under time constraints, but you're not actually learning chess or getting better at chess itself. And so if you're not actually in a tournament, or you're not preparing to play in a tournament under certain time controls, you're playing for casual reasons. And even if you are playing to eventually be in a tournament, sometimes you need to play these casual games because you need to learn these middle game strategies, these end game strategies, how to checkmate, how to get your person's pieces, not just how to beat someone by a clock. Because there's going to be times when you are in a tournament and you're going to have ample time to play, and you're going to get to these positions and not know how to fully finish a position because you never played it, because you're always, or a lot of times you're ending positions by time. Okay? Tip number 4, stop resigning. One thing that I see so much online, and even in tournaments even, and even, you know, like I said, at coffee shops and stuff like that, is people resign way too early. They lose, you know, 1 or 2 pieces, or even if you lose your queen, so what? The game isn't over until the king tips over. That's what I say. That's my little philosophy. And basically what that means is the game's not over until you give up. You're not going to win by giving up. And so what does it matter if you keep playing, if you're down a piece or 2 pieces or 5 pieces or a queen? You always have, as long as you're playing the game, you always have at least a little bit of a chance of winning. And besides, forget winning or losing, you're learning. You're learning how to strategize. You're learning how to potentially maybe grab at least a couple of pieces when you're in a bad position. Okay, you lose your queen in the beginning. You're, you know, way down in points. You're feeling terrible because you blundered really bad. Okay, but play the game. Maybe you could learn how to strategize with your knights or your bishops, or even learn how to use your pawns better, or even your rooks. So don't give up, because you never know. Again, the game isn't over until the king tips over. The game isn't over until you quit. You still have a chance to win, so stop resigning. So anyhow, that's my 4 tips that you probably won't hear. You hear the last one a lot, people telling you not to resign, but the other ones you probably don't hear so much. But anyhow, good luck. I guarantee if you follow those tips, you will get better at chess. And if you want to play me at chess, I do play on different websites. I play on a website called sparkchess.com, and my username is Matheo, M-A-T-H-T-E-O. You see me on there from time to time. And I also play on chess.com, and my username there, I don't play there as much. My username there is Brown Bear Chess, I believe. And so if you happen to see Brown Bear Chess or Matheo, hit me up. I would love to play you a game, and take it easy.